Now, let's meet my first guest right now. She left prison in December and didn't have any kind of home to go to. Imagine that. Rachel from Oxford joins me now to tell her story, and it's quite an incredible one. Rachel, thank you so much for coming on this morning. You were basically caught up in that cycle, weren't you? You were the one that caught up in that cycle of criminality, in and out of prison.
Yeah, that's right. It's been like that ever since I ever first went to prison, which was when I was 17, and never really had the help there to keep me from doing that.
So why did you go to prison when you were 17 years old? Were you using drugs at 17?
Yeah, I was using drugs. Homelessness doesn't help. It kind of comes with that circle of life. And no one's really ever reached out and just like given me the support and the help that I needed.
Yeah, and what about before you went into prison? You were 17 years old, and when you eventually came out of prison last December, what was that like for you?
Well, it was like a stepping stone, really, to the progress what I'm doing at the moment and still making. It's changed my life completely. I'm now feeling like I belong to certain things that I'm involved in. I've got ongoing support. I've got so many doors open for really good job offers, and yeah, there's like so much going on.
I bet you wish that actually this support had been, available to you maybe 21 years ago, and of course you could have broken the cycle then, and you wouldn't have spent all this time, over 2 decades, going in
100%.
and out of prison. You've been homeless as well, haven't you? I mean, you come out of prison, and that's something that we do know about. People come out of prison, and then they have got nowhere to go to, and they end up rough sleeping. They end up homeless. The sharp end of homelessness, in fact. I mean, what was that period of your life like for you, living in that way?
To be totally honest, I would have to commit crime just to put myself back in prison so that I had somewhere warm and safe to live. Like, it was dire straits. It was horrible, and I could never imagine being in that situation again. And when I walk past homeless people, it breaks my heart, because these are people that I used to associate with and literally share a sleeping bag with. And I just want to help other people that are in my situation, what I was in before.
What of the people that you're helping and mentoring? What have they said to you about you telling your story in this way?
Because I understand and I know like certain things, what them people are going through, it's just that connection, and they're really grateful to have that.
Tell us about the support that you've got from Aspire and how you got involved with them, because actually this was a milestone, this was a turning point for you, getting involved with Aspire.
So when I was out on the streets, I met a lady who's actually my support worker now in Aspire. Her name's April. She was always trying to get me into somewhere, and where I was just so gone, I never accepted the help. This project that was opened about 3 months before I was released, I didn't know I was coming here. I was being released from prison on the basis I was going to be homeless again. Even though I was under probation team, it's always been like that. There's so many people that are lost in the system. But it was like it was meant to happen like this. I've come out of prison literally over the weekend. I stayed with my father. Monday, I had an appointment with Aspire. By Tuesday, I was moving in. It was just amazing. And ever since I moved into this property, I've had nothing but progression.
I'm so pleased
And
to
even
hear
though
that.
I don't have family, they're like family to me. These girls in the house, they're like sisters.
Yeah. I mean, just tell us a little bit more about the group, because actually you advise the police and counsellors, don't you, on how to deal with drug addiction as well?
They come to a panel. So there's a panel called LEAF, and we're trying to recruit more people at the moment to address homelessness, and we want other organisations to get involved, because we're not stopping. We're making this work. We want to see other people with a home and the happiness, what can come with that. So we sit on a panel. It used to be once a month. Now it's every 2 weeks. And we have head of police. It can be a probation worker. It can be the council, any charity organisations that are willing to listen. And yeah, our voice, we're making it very, very heard.
How does it feel, in fact, that you're not going to go back to prison because you're the right side of the law now? How does that feel?
Can't even explain in words. I'm actually getting choked up talking about it. It's lovely. I'm just truly grateful for having this chance to turn my life around and start living rather than just existing how I was before.